So let's just talk about this, aka Powders. But guys, we're almost there to Friday. It's Thursday. Peter A. DeLuca here. I am the pop culture pope. I am the eclectic one, and I'm coming to you from Philadelphia, PA. Comic book process. I think that this is one of the things I love about the comic book world, the comic book community. Finding many of you online, connecting with one-to-one type stuff. Okay. The process. I think a lot of us, I think a lot of the viewers of this very channel, we're all process junkies. Now, I don't subscribe to the artisan editions, to the gallery editions, those large, oversized, overpriced pieces of garbage that so many people want to apply to what we can get here. And what is this? Well, number one, this is the definition of why Ron Garney is one of the greatest American comic book illustrators, storytellers in comic book history. Ron Garney is clear, like top 10, maybe even top 8 of just straight up comic book dudes. Like guys that can tell a story with a handful of panels. Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty, rough cut number 1. And why? So this is also important because we're dealing with, like, just in publishing, Marvel publishing history, we had Heroes Reborn. We had Rob Liefeld touch the character. He spiked sales, but he effectively tainted Captain America so much that Jim Lee came on board, took over the book, Wildstorm Productions. Rob Liefeld had an eagle emblem in the forehead. Jim Lee, in like the second issue of Taken Over, it's a whole plot point. I believe it's Captain America Volume 2, Issue 7. And they purposely address the removing of the eagle and the A coming back on Captain America's mask. But there was a lot of hype and excitement for the heroes' return. So we had a bunch of the heroes because of Onslaught and Franklin Richards, and to save them, he puts everyone in the Pocket universe, and when they come out, they're in the proper Marvel 616 universe. People wanted everything that was dropping at that time. Captain America spiked not only so much in sales, but the interest for the character, we can arguably say, was an all-time high. High enough for him to get a spin-off series. And this was the very first time there were 2 dual Captain America monthlies running in comic shops and maybe some newsstands at the time congruently. It was the first time ever. We were used to all the X books, we were used to all the Spider-Man books, and we were used to other families of titles. But this is the first true expansion. Think about it. This came out in 1998. Captain America was created in the Stone Age. It took hundreds of years for Captain America to get 2 monthly books. Well, we're not going to so much talk about that. I just want to hit the drawing table and showcase what these editions are, because we have a couple different ones. There's a Century one. There's a George Perez Avengers one. I'm forgetting a few of them. They're all cheap on eBay. Stop what you're doing right now before we hit that drawing table. Go buy them on eBay. Guys, let's have a look at one masterful illustrator and storyteller. Ron Garney is absolute legit. Let's go. So, AKA Powders. I feel like I'm laying the cat out of the bag a little bit here. I know when I'm dropping this. We're doing a really good job with all the pre-records. We're way ahead of schedule again, like finally. But I know this one's dropping sooner than later. And I'm hoping by the time you guys catch this that I kind of beat some of you to eBay because I do want a stack of these books. I want as many of these rough cuts as possible. When I was doing my Captain America deep dive, I did buy a lot of books off of eBay, and this was included in it. And believe it or not, it wasn't Captain America related. It was actually a stack of Top Cow Productions books for Top Cow Tuesday. But I know there might be like a John Romita Jr. Hulk one. there's 5 or 6 of these, and swear to God, AKA Padders, these are worth it to the umpteenth. Like, I cannot express how valuable these are, because if we just like look at it, I mean, these are high res scans of the pages. Like, isn't this amazing? And they're cheap and they're affordable, and we really see like some of the light boxing and the contouring to where, yeah, Ron Garney is just in the business of drawing comics. So he's blocking things out. You know, like, not everything is perfect, but everything is, you know, like, we can read it. We know what's happening. It's communicated. It's fair. I mean, look how he draws Cap's walk during this. And, you know, he's moving the camera. He's going in. He's coming out. I just like how, again, like, simple horizon lines here. Quick, simple silhouette. Difficult upshot. And the way he visualizes in his mind's eye and is able to put it on paper, that's what's clear here. And I know you guys like those artist editions, but the hell with those. Marvel Essential and Marvel Rough Cuts and DC Noir books will teach you guys what's good in comic book storytelling and what some of that process is. But he's just like, look at the cityscape here. Amazing helicarrier with the shield logo. That's what I was trying to say, guys. Rarely, excuse me, am I lost for words. The shield logo. Let's say it again. But yeah, let's just have a look at this. Look, he's drawing a Harrier jet. It skids on the runway. Captain America. Look, and they jump out of the canopy. They're wreaking havoc. Dude, the fear on that dude's face. The way how he smashes faces into like small spaces. It's very much there. Great subtle upshots. And again, too, like, so some of this is like, you have to be intelligent when you tell these stories. So we have to show that the helicarrier is maybe above a metropolitan city, but there's no way in hell we're drawing all of that. So look, he just gives us a little glimpse of it here. Couple quick perspective lines. Oh my God, guys, I'm lost for words twice. But he clouds the rest with clouds. So like, he boxes it in, gives himself a little bit of space to show off what's important, and again, like, all systems are go. But his expressions are dead on. And I love it too. Some of these scans are like, again, like, they're darker for these two, they're lighter for these two. Because it's not common for pencilers to, and this is something that has to come out from Marvel. Like, the higher ups, they have to like let their people know, hey, if you're drawing this book, document it, because we're thinking about doing something. Clearly, that's what was done here. But yeah, like, these guys are not digital production guys, so all the reproduction it's not going to be 100%. But again, like, look at the subtlety. He's drawing Cap in motion, but he's not doing like a Jim Lee image pose. It's like a subtle stride. And again, like, with the faces. This looks like it's speedy. I'll tell you, it's not, because we can kind of visualize the construction lines underneath here. And how good and accurate and dead on he is with these poses. Like, fully, like, you know, again, like, he's drawing a couple different versions of some of these poses, and we can see it. This is his Jim Lee, right? X-Men Jim Lee pose. It doesn't matter. Do we have to compare? I think we do. Yeah, so the posterized comic book fan, right? The posterized comic book fanatic will say Jim Lee, right? But the storyteller FAN, if you're into storytelling, you'll pick this one. If you're just into Flash you'll get Jim Lee. And that is like this juxtaposition here is the very definition and the real idea of why people pushed back against the image stuff. This, everyone knew how long this takes, how long it takes to pencil, to draw, to transfer onto the nice paper for Scott Williams to ink. People know how much time this is, and they know how much time this is. And because the image guys like won the argument, this went into the night. So it roars back post image era. And in effect, it's stayed as the status quo for the industry. Ron Garney's positioning, just as an illustrator here, did help kill the image era. And again, too, like, never be afraid. You have to work in economical like fixes, ways to get a page done to be on deadline. When you're deadline driven, you have to think of things. You have to think outside the box. But guys, like, even the gun here, so well drawn. Like, come on. This is beyond good stuff here. And look, see, look, dude, she blasts this guy. Look, and I guess right, I kind of forget what happens, right? So he comes out of like the energy field, and she basically like shoots him like maybe back into it, killing him. Like, really heavy stuff. And look, she just like throws the papers right into the fire. It's amazing how well we can follow this story. And again, too, see how he does so much with faces and tight spaces. It's awesome. He's great with upshots. We can see the blocking. So some of this too, see how we kind of have the circular like lens here, or this like kind of computer panel that's behind the the panels. A lot of the guy who was also doing this around this time, his name was Scott McDaniel. He was drawing Nightwing for DC. Super impressive. Maybe it's a nod. I don't know. But yeah, and look, perfect ending, right? End scene. Guys, good stuff. So what we also get with these, and I need to get the Avengers one because you guys know how much of a of a homo fanboy I am for Kurt Busiek. The Avengers one has his script, but here's the full script by Mark Waid. And in my view, Mark Waid did solidify himself during this era as one of the top level Captain America creators. I know we have opinions about him now, but fair is fair. Yeah, and then we have they say like this was the original submitted sketch for the double the double page cover, which is like, it's kind of funny because we go from here and we initial sketch, but like we see like Garney's process where, so we would assume that this level of work is light boxed underneath a lot of these pages, which is why like his intersection and his connection lines are all there and like purposeful. But guys, these are fantastic. They're incredible. They're hell of a affordable. I want to do more of these, so be on the lookout. Love you guys. Rock and roll.